Welcome back to Now TV Canada and what's happening now in my kitchen. I am your host, Jen from the I Am Just Jen YouTube channel, aka Now TV. So, if you've been watching all of my shorts, I've been showing people what's on the plan and the products I want to talk about today. And I am now in the process of making bread using the Robin Hood flour and Robin Hood flour bread recipe with slight modifications. Yes, they do use milk in their recipe, but not as much milk as I put in. My mom loves bread made with milk. And of course, there's other cultures that like sticky buns and milk buns. And so when you have enough of these extra ingredients to make things a little more rich, you're more than welcome to do that. It is going to make an extra special bread. Yes, you can also use powdered milk depending on your penchant for flavor and taste and what it is you're looking for. So in the old days, it sort of just went with whatever class of life you were at or whatever you could muster up having in your home, depending on the circumstances, war, location, what you could grow, have access to, all that stuff. Now, fortunately, some women had a little bit more than others, and so then they had room to play with. And when something came out good, they just wrote it down. They just kept note of it. And if they couldn't write it down, they just passed it down. And so we get to today where we have a lot of recorded recipes that are very, very good. And because I had gone to the store and just happened to have extra milk, I had the ability to just forego most of the water in the recipe and just use milk. Sometimes when you're adding in the flour during the stage that the flour and the yeast are being mixed, it gets a little dry and milk's not quite enough. Don't panic. Just heat up water and add it in as you're mixing, and then add a little more flour, and you will eventually get that perfect condition of the bun that you saw in my video when I finished molding it and putting it in the middle of the bowl. The recipe can call for also having a slightly greased bowl and then putting it on the greased down side. But I never have any problems with that. And then I put it in the middle of the stovetop after heating up the oven to help with the continued rising effect. This way you should get two really healthy loaf sizes from just one package of yeast. If things don't go right with the yeast package, often you end up only getting one loaf or just a certain amount of buns. So if this works out right, we should get two loaves. I did this because I went to the store going, oh, I need bread. I want to make grilled cheese sandwiches and whatever. And then I saw I saw the flour. And I love Robin Hood flour. I was raised classically. My grandmother had good quality taste and was taught well by her mother, etc. And so that's carried with me. And I thought about the processed bread versus the flour. And I thought, well, I have a friend coming over and I was going to do the video plugs about the Montana's coffee and my butter thing. Anyway, why not add in the flour? So I grabbed the Robin Hood. And since we were going to be baking, I just thought I'll get the bread going before she gets here so we can work on what's coming next. So I just want to flip the camera over to show the madness of my kitchen table. This is what I love about my marble table. This is what makes me worthy of a marble table, right? I know how to run a house that has marble in it. I know how to use my marble environment. The bigger the marble environment, the more wonderful the results are in what I whip up. I just need help. And my friend Carol is like, hey, I have time to help you this month. So I'm making these videos hoping that maybe people will want like a small catering order of some kind. I can make from my home and you can just come pick it up. But I'm also willing to travel locally to people's homes. I can teach them or cook for them or with them in their own home. But today we have all kinds of options. So we can do lemon. I have a ton of poppy seeds. These are not always so easy to come by. You have to go to several stores to find them. I am big on certain name brand items. I'm not being paid for this, but I'm more than willing to get products from these companies and use them to show them why I am still big on them. Thank you, Grandma, for teaching me everything I know. Magic baking powder. Although you can use other baking powders, this is still top of the line. And of course, the Arm & Hammer baking soda was always good then when my mom was young, when my grandmother was the mother. We have Jell-O of different kind. I have an open chocolate package and a vanilla package to work with. We have cornstarch, which keeps things soft, moist, and lasts longer. I have pre-packed stuff from the camping trip that didn't happen in the summertime that I can use up. I have a container full of these colorful sprinkles, and then you've got white and green Christmas trees in the color balls and chocolate sprinkles. So we'll see what Carol says. I have like pure almond extract, regular vanilla. I have like hot cocoa that I can use instead of the chocolate cocoa, which is still just as effective. And then I've got like these food colorings of different kinds. So blue, red, yellow, green, more in the bowl. And so I have ground nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon. Yeah, so I have options for us. And I still have some of the Robin Hood flour and then some generic flour. So we'll see what Carol says about what we're going to make, whether we're going to do Christmas cookies or just a regular lemon poppy, something or other. We'll see what she is in the mood for. So that's why I got the bread out of the way, so she can enjoy some bread and real butter. And I will go and come back and share more of what it is I want you people to have from me today in the videos that I'm making. But I am big on the Natural line, so if Natural ever watches any of this, I would love to use your products, milk, butters, because I have allergy issues, you know. So you got the gut sensitivity when you mix the wrong dairy products. And so these guys, you can't tell the difference. It's amazing. So I recommend that Natural line. Sometimes you have to pay a little extra depending on where you are. But the corner store I got this from is actually cheaper than some of the actual grocery stores. So I like to buy that from there. And I love traditional, well-known flour products. Robin Hood makes amazing bread, especially if you mix the Robin Hood white with their brown, and you just sift out a little bit of the wheat. Wow, the bread results you get are amazing. So I'm going to go and come back and share more of what it is I wanted to share. That goes back to the first product, that Montana's coffee. So thanks for watching. Keep watching, because there's more fine cooking coming from my kitchen to your kitchen. And let me know if there's any special recipes or seasonal festive things that people would like to see get made. And if you'd like to have any of this accessible to yourself, or meet with me at your kitchen, and you're in the Gatineau, Ottawa area, just message me below or contact me via the website futureproductions.online.com. Peace out. Bye. I will be back.